Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling dizzy, a bit stiff, or just a little off balance? Maybe you felt like you couldn't quite get your bearings right away. It might seem like a small, unimportant issue, but did you know that the way you start your day could be putting your health at serious risk? If you're over the age of 70, these seemingly innocent morning habits could be quietly impacting your heart, brain, and overall well-being, often without you even realizing it. In today's video, we're going to take a close look at the 4 most common morning mistakes that many seniors unknowingly make. Mistakes that can have a profound and lasting impact on your physical health and independence. These are things that most of us do every single morning without even thinking twice, but the consequences of these actions can be much more serious than we might expect. From making sudden movements that put unnecessary strain on your heart to skipping crucial hydration, these daily habits could be unknowingly increasing your risk for falls, heart problems, and other health concerns. But here's the good news. It's not all doom and gloom. The great news is that these mistakes are entirely preventable, and with just a few small, thoughtful changes to your morning routine, you can drastically reduce the risk of these health issues. By the end of this video, you'll discover simple, easy-to-implement steps that anyone can do to make their mornings better, boost their health, and protect themselves from avoidable accidents. Stick with me until the end, because we're not just talking about physical risks. We'll also explore how making these small changes can give you more energy, help you feel more confident, and empower you to tackle each day with a sense of vitality and control. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, this video is packed with life-saving advice that could completely change the way you approach your mornings, and your life in general. So, if you care about your health, your independence, and making the most out of your later years, keep watching. And remember, it's the small steps you take today that can lead to massive improvements tomorrow. Let's dive in. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend doing so and turning on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Your support really means a lot to me, and if you find this video helpful, please consider liking and sharing it so we can keep spreading these important lessons to more people. If you're excited about the topic of today's video, please comment 1 below to let me know. If it's not your thing, leave a 0 so I can improve and make better content for you in the future. Now, let's get started. Mistake number 1. Suddenly getting up from bed. The first and perhaps most common mistake that many seniors make every morning is rushing out of bed too quickly. While this may seem like an insignificant habit, I want to ask you to stop for a moment and truly reflect. Could this seemingly harmless act be putting not just your health at risk, but the well-being of those who love and care for you? It's easy to overlook the dangers of everyday routines, but this one simple move, getting out of bed too fast, could have serious consequences, and the reality of this risk may be more urgent than we realize. Let me share with you the story of Jim, a 74-year-old man from Portland, Oregon. Jim has always been deeply mindful of his health. Every morning, without fail, he wakes up early, stretches, and heads out for a brisk walk around the park, savoring the fresh air and the beauty of the world around him. Health was always his priority, and he felt confident in his well-being. However, there was one small habit that Jim never thought twice about. Like so many of us, he would jump out of bed the second he woke up, eager to start the day. It didn't seem like a big deal. But one cold winter morning, everything changed. As Jim stood up, expecting to feel his usual energy, an overwhelming wave of dizziness took over him. His vision blurred to the point of darkness, and in that instant, his body lost all sense of balance. Jim nearly collapsed, and for a few terrifying moments, he was unable to steady himself. Fortunately, he managed to fall back onto the bed before any injury occurred. But just imagine, if there had been a hard floor or furniture nearby, Jim could have easily fractured a bone, hit his head, or worse. The potential for serious injury was undeniable. So, why is it so dangerous to get up suddenly from bed, especially as we age? After the age of 70, our body's ability to regulate blood flow and manage blood pressure naturally starts to decline. During sleep, blood tends to pool in the lower half of our body, and circulation slows significantly. When you suddenly stand up, your body struggles to adjust to the changes in position fast enough. This results in a condition known as orthostatic hypotension, where your blood pressure drops dramatically, causing dizziness, blurry vision, and, in some cases, even fainting. If you've ever found yourself getting out of bed quickly and then felt lightheaded, or had to reach for something to steady yourself, that's your body signaling you that something isn't quite right. It's a reminder that we need to listen to our bodies more closely. A fall is never a small accident, especially as we get older. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has stated that falls are one of the leading causes of injury and death among seniors in the United States. It's heartbreaking to think how something so simple, like getting out of bed, can have such dire consequences. Yet, there's hope, and it doesn't require drastic changes or complex solutions. There is a simple and effective solution to this problem that could dramatically reduce your risk of falling and help you live more safely and confidently. By practicing just 3 safety steps when getting up in the morning, you can protect yourself from potentially dangerous falls. These steps, recommended by experts in geriatric care, are simple yet incredibly effective. Let me walk you through them. Step 1. When you wake up, resist the urge to leap out of bed. Instead, take a moment. Stay lying down for at least 1 minute. This brief pause gives your body the chance to adjust. As you lie there, take a few deep breaths and gently wiggle your fingers and toes. This simple movement helps stimulate blood flow and prepares your body for the transition to an upright position. Step 2. Slowly roll onto your side and use your arms for support as you gently sit up. But don't stand up just yet. Sit at the edge of the bed for a few moments. Let your body stabilize. This small act of patience can make all the difference, giving your circulatory system time to catch up. Step 3. Before standing, gently rotate your ankles and shoulders, and straighten your back. Take a moment to wake up your body fully. Count to 5 slowly. When you feel stable, rise, and make sure you're balanced before standing up. If necessary, grab a chair or nearby table for extra support. After Jim's close call that winter morning, he committed to practicing these simple steps each day. The results were nothing short of life-changing. His dizziness disappeared, and he reported feeling more energetic and grounded throughout the day. Jim once shared at a local health seminar how these small, thoughtful changes in his morning routine had a profound effect on his life. He described it as greeting my body gently every morning, something so simple yet so powerful. He no longer felt rushed or out of control. He found peace and a renewed sense of well-being by simply slowing down. I cannot stress enough how this tiny act of patience can make all the difference. A little extra time in the morning can prevent a trip to the hospital. It's a small price to pay for your long-term health and safety. As the old saying goes, more haste, less speed. It applies so perfectly when we talk about getting out of bed. By slowing down just a bit, you're giving your body the love and respect it deserves, which in turn allows you to live a fuller, healthier life. I truly hope that after reading this, you'll take these 3 simple steps tomorrow morning. Your body will thank you for it. Mistake number 2. Not drinking water right after waking up. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This seemingly simple habit, often overlooked by many seniors, can have a profound impact on our health. I cannot emphasize enough how crucial it is for individuals over the age of 70 to make drinking water the first thing they do when they wake up. It might seem trivial at first glance, but skipping this step means missing out on an invaluable opportunity to protect your heart, boost blood circulation, and safeguard your overall health. Think back to this very morning. When you opened your eyes, did you feel a dry mouth? Maybe your head felt foggy, and it took a moment for you to fully wake up. Perhaps you struggled to get your joints moving, feeling a stiffness that made you wish you could just stay under the covers a little longer. If any of this rings a bell, there's a good chance your body is signaling that it's dehydrated. This is the very moment when your body needs hydration, and drinking water can make all the difference. During the night, while we sleep peacefully, our heart continues its rhythmic beat, our lungs keep breathing, and vital organs like the liver and kidneys tirelessly filter our blood. But here's the thing, even though we may be resting, we are losing precious moisture through our skin and breath. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, our fluid levels drop, and this causes the blood to thicken, slowing down circulation. As a result, our blood pressure rises slightly, and the heart has to work that much harder to pump blood throughout the body. When we were younger, our bodies had a natural resilience to make up for this loss. But as we age, especially after reaching our 70s, that resilience isn't as strong, and our bodies need extra help to maintain the balance. This is when dehydration can place undue strain on our heart and other organs, opening the door for health risks that we could otherwise avoid. I'll never forget meeting a vibrant, 76-year-old woman named Martha Johnson from Scottsdale, Arizona. She had always been full of life, starting each day with a steaming cup of black coffee. Yet, over time, she began feeling more and more exhausted. The dizziness and lightheadedness that seemed to appear out of nowhere started to interfere with her daily routine. A concerned doctor's visit revealed something Martha hadn't expected to hear. "Martha, do you realize that drinking coffee first thing in the morning, without hydrating first, is making your dehydration worse?" That moment was a turning point for Martha. Her doctor explained that coffee, with its diuretic effect, can cause even greater dehydration, especially when our bodies are already in a dehydrated state after hours of sleep. It was a wake-up call for Martha, and she knew she had to change her routine. Taking her doctor's advice to heart, Martha started drinking warm water with a splash of lemon as soon as she woke up each day. The results were nothing short of miraculous. In just a few weeks, Martha noticed her energy levels soaring. The fatigue that once held her back from enjoying her morning walks around the neighborhood disappeared. Her skin brightened, and she felt like she had regained her youthful spark. Now, let's talk about why drinking water first thing in the morning is so important. First and foremost, it thins the blood, helping to improve circulation and ease the strain on your heart. Second, it supports kidney function by flushing out the waste that has built up overnight. Third, it can help prevent constipation and digestive issues, a common challenge for older adults, by promoting natural bowel movements. And let's not forget how it wakes up your brain. Dehydration can slow brain function, leading to difficulty concentrating, headaches, and dizziness. A simple glass of water can help clear that fogginess, allowing you to feel more alert and focused throughout the day. You may think, "But I'm not thirsty when I first wake up." Well, that's a warning sign. It indicates that your body is already dehydrated, and you need to drink water before the feeling of thirst even arises. It's so important to develop the habit of drinking water first thing in the morning. So how can you make this a regular part of your routine? One simple trick is to place a glass of water beside your bed before you go to sleep. Then, when you wake up, drink it slowly. If you're not fond of cold water, room temperature water works just as well, and you can even add a little lemon or honey to enhance the taste and digestion. I can't stress enough the life-changing difference this small adjustment can make. It's not just about avoiding dehydration, it's about nurturing your body and taking those first steps to protect your heart, brain, and overall well-being for years to come. Just like Martha, you have the power to feel rejuvenated, energized, and in control of your health by embracing this simple yet powerful habit. Mistake number 3. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. For many Americans, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a cornerstone of their morning ritual. Especially for those of us over 60, that first cup of coffee feels almost like a warm embrace. Whether we sip it peacefully in the comfort of our homes or grab it to go on our way to work, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee is a comfort. It's an experience that seems to instantly awaken the senses, filling the morning air with warmth and promise. The first sip, with its bitter richness, can feel like the gentle jolt we need to greet the new day. But there's something critical that too many of us overlook. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can be more damaging than we realize, especially for those over 70. Picture this. After a long night of rest, your stomach is still empty, your blood sugar is low, and your digestive system is only just beginning to rouse. Meanwhile, cortisol, the body's stress hormone, has reached its peak, contributing to that groggy, tense feeling upon waking. Now imagine tossing back a strong black coffee right away, with nothing in your stomach to buffer it. The caffeine from that cup can send your cortisol levels into overdrive, triggering an increase in heart rate, anxiety, and an uncomfortable sense of unease. Moreover, the acidity of the coffee can irritate the delicate lining of your empty stomach. This irritation often leads to painful indigestion, bloating, and potentially chronic conditions like gastritis over time. The fluctuating blood sugar levels can make you feel lightheaded, dizzy, and unfocused, robbing you of the energy you're hoping to gain from that cup. Take Bill Adams, for instance, a 75-year-old man from Tucson, Arizona. Bill had been religiously drinking strong black coffee every morning for years, and for most of that time, it was a comforting, invincible routine. He didn't think much about it. That is, until he began experiencing painful stomach issues and heartburn. One fateful morning, after gulping down his usual brew, Bill suddenly felt dizzy, had to sit down, and was overwhelmed by a wave of discomfort. Alarmed, he visited his doctor, who surprised him with an important piece of advice. "Bill, it's not just your age or the spicy foods you're eating, it's the habit of drinking coffee on an empty stomach." That moment was a turning point for Bill. He didn't have to give up his beloved coffee. All it took was a small adjustment. He began eating a light snack, a simple banana or a piece of toast, before enjoying his coffee. And within just a month, the discomfort disappeared. His heartburn was gone, and he found himself feeling more energized and focused throughout the morning. That simple change helped transform his daily routine into a healthier, more balanced experience. The lesson here isn't that you have to give up coffee altogether. After all, it's hard to imagine a morning without that familiar pick-me-up. The key is to rethink how and when we consume it. Here are 3 simple changes that can make your morning coffee much more kind to your body. Eat a light snack before drinking coffee. A small snack like a banana, a piece of toast, or a handful of nuts can soften the blow of coffee on your stomach. It allows the caffeine to be absorbed more gradually, reducing the risk of an overwhelming jolt to your system. Drink water before coffee. Start your day with a glass of water. Hydration is so often overlooked, but it's a small habit that can make a world of difference. Drinking water first thing helps thin your blood and gently wakes up your body, preparing you for the caffeine boost that follows. Don't drink coffee immediately after waking up. Your body needs time to adjust after a night of rest. Give yourself 20 to 30 minutes to wake up before reaching for that first cup. Open the window for some fresh air, take a few deep breaths, or stretch lightly. This simple adjustment allows your body to ease into the day, making that first cup of coffee more effective and less jarring. I can't tell you how many times I've felt that momentary rush of energy from my morning coffee, only to crash soon after. I think we've all been there, right? That initial buzz gives way to irritability and fatigue, leaving you wondering what went wrong. It could very well be that your body is reacting to coffee on an empty stomach. If you've ever experienced those feelings of unease or sudden exhaustion right after your morning brew, it might be time to consider adjusting this ritual. Trust me, a little tweak can make a world of difference in how you feel throughout the day. So, the next time you reach for your cup of coffee, take a moment to think about how it's affecting you. Not just physically, but emotionally too. The joy that comes from that first sip is something we all cherish, but making it work for you, not against you, could be one of the simplest, most powerful changes you make to your morning routine. Mistake number 4. Ignoring morning joint stiffness. Many older adults unknowingly make a dangerous mistake every morning. They ignore joint and muscle stiffness when they wake up and rush to start their day without properly preparing their body. This small oversight can lead to a significant reduction in mobility and, ultimately, quality of life. Take, for example, the story of Richard Foster, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Denver, Colorado. Richard was confident about his health and had always thought that the stiffness in his back and knees was just a normal part of aging. He believed that once he started moving around, the stiffness would loosen up. But one cold winter morning, Richard rushed to get up and go to the bathroom without stretching. In doing so, he slipped on the floor and injured his back. As a result, Richard ended up in the hospital for nearly 2 months and had to go through nearly a year of rehabilitation afterward. Accidents like this are not uncommon. Many older adults feel the typical morning stiffness in their back, wrists, knees, or hips and think it will go away once they start moving. But in reality, during the night, blood circulation to the muscles and joints decreases, and the secretion of joint fluid slows down, making the body feel stiffer. This stiffness is often a warning sign, especially for those over the age of 70, who may have osteoarthritis or other degenerative joint conditions. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When you get up too quickly without any warm-up, or when you rush to move too fast, you increase the risk of falling or losing balance. A fall can lead to serious injuries, such as fractures, and often requires long-term care or even the use of a wheelchair. For older adults, fractures are one of the most dreaded types of injuries because they can drastically reduce one's independence and quality of life. The good news is that this danger can be easily avoided with just a few minutes of light stretching every morning. Here are 4 simple and important steps you can take to help you stay steady and avoid falls. Wake up your joints and muscles while still in bed. Before getting out of bed, gently move your fingers and toes, stretch your wrists and ankles, and slowly raise your arms overhead. These simple actions help get your blood flowing and prepare your body for movement. Do a slow warm-up while sitting on the edge of the bed. Once you sit up on the edge of the bed, don't rush to stand. Take a few moments to gently move your shoulders backward, stretch your neck by tilting it from side to side, and lift your knees slightly to loosen your hip joints. These small stretches only take a minute or 2, but they can significantly reduce the risk of falls. Be careful with your first steps. When you stand up, always take it slow. Use the bed frame or a nearby chair for support, and don't rush. When walking, especially in the dark or on slippery floors, be sure to turn on the lights and pay attention to your footing. Don't ignore joint stiffness. If you feel more stiffness than usual in your back, knees, or neck in the morning, don't try to power through it. Instead, take a moment to relax and do some gentle stretches to ease the stiffness. A few minutes of stretching can prevent long-term injuries and help keep you moving freely. Richard Foster was able to recover after his hospitalization, but he often reflects on how, had he taken just a few minutes to stretch before getting up that morning, he might have avoided the injury altogether. The key takeaway here is that taking just a little extra time in the morning can save you from long-term discomfort and expensive medical bills or rehabilitation. Remember, the ability to walk freely and independently as you age is a priceless gift. The best part is that you don't need complex exercises or difficult routines. It's about taking a little extra care each morning. So, tomorrow morning, take a moment to listen to your body and practice these simple steps. They will go a long way in preserving your independence and mobility. As we age, it's essential to remember that protecting our bodies starts with the very first step we take each morning. These small actions are often overlooked, but they make all the difference in avoiding falls, injuries, and the loss of independence. Whether you're 70, 75, or 80, every morning is an opportunity to safeguard your health and improve your quality of life. I'll never forget the words of 80-year-old Betty Thomas, a woman I met at a senior wellness seminar in Salt Lake City. She said, "I'm not afraid of aging. What I fear is going through the day without knowing what my body needs." Her words left a lasting impression on me. Each day is an opportunity to listen to our bodies and take care of them. By adopting simple habits, we can continue to live fulfilling, independent lives no matter our age. Today, I've shared 4 common morning mistakes that many older adults make. Now that you know about them, you have the power to make a change. Health isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Thank you for watching. I hope today's video has given you valuable insights into the importance of taking care of your body each morning. From understanding the impact of joint stiffness to learning simple stretches that can protect your independence, I hope you feel empowered to make small but powerful changes in your daily routine. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you're going to start practicing in your own life? Is it taking those extra moments to stretch before getting out of bed, or perhaps being more mindful of your body's needs each morning? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn and grow together. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Remember, every small step you take for your health can lead to big changes in your life. Stay safe, stay active, and we'll see you in the next video.